Okay, just opening up now. And if I could have the cheese clamp.
There you go.
Thank you. And the iron shears.
Yep, there they are.
Thank you. Could I have a cup of tea?
Oh, yeah, of course, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
a good cuppa. Okay. Some sedimentary rock.
Yeah, we got some of that there.
Excellent. Okay, a small ball of mostly pink fluff.
Yeah, we got one of those there.
Some lovely flecks of yellow in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And a pride flag. Any kind you like.
Right, let's go with this, progress one.
Ooh, yep, like that one. Good,
Yeah.
good that. Okay. Yep. Okay, right, let's get this all together then. And that's everything you need for a queer and pleasant stranger. Greetings, strangers, queer and pleasant. I'm not Laura Kate Magnet Dale.
And I'm not Jane Aerith Magnet Dale. See, I got it
Yeah,
right this time.
yeah.
Well, I've gotten it right every time, but I didn't stumble this time. Welcome to Queer and Pleasant Strangers. It's a podcast where two queer trans women who are wives and very gay at each other.
Yay!
Yeah, we talk about the stuff we've done in the week and do silly voices and skits and that sort of thing.
And nuzzle.
And nuzzle, we
Very
do
nuzzly.
nuzzle. You're doing a nuzzle right now. It's
Nuzzle.
adorable. What have you played this week, Jane?
Oh, not a lot. We played some boarded games.
We did play some boarded games.
We played some very sleepy boarded games. We played some more Pandemic Legacy. We played
Ooh,
through
yes.
September.
We continue to make progress. We reached the part where, the plot has hit its stride.
Uh-oh, plot happening.
Big plot things occurred and we got to go aha, look. Friends, plot. Enjoy it.
And I got to be like, hey, it's that thing from one of the others.
Yeah. We had a very fun September game of Pandemic Legacy in that we had a very, very easy start to our September.
Certainly about as easy as it could have been.
Yeah, we managed to get one of the diseases eradicated. We didn't have one of the types of colour of disease come up at all during the first half of the game. The thing that would have been most difficult to deal with didn't happen for ages, and that gave us a lot of room to move around. But then toward the end of the month, something happened that completely scuppered our ability to do the last objective we were trying to do, and the end of the game really got quite close.
Mm-hmm.
It was a game of two halves, that one.
It really was, because I think by the end there was only 5 cards left on the player deck.
Yeah, there was one objective that was just we just got to put 7 of these things down. Oh no, we've lost the character that's really good at putting these things down. Oops.
That is the risk with a legacy game. One of your characters might just die.
Yeah, and that will have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm continuing very much to enjoy our replay of that.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been things I haven't really remembered, so it's been nice to sort of go back to that. And just sort of enjoying it with other people and seeing how that goes. Seeing what it's like at a bigger player count, because obviously we just played with us 2.
Yeah.
So playing with 4, it's not that different. If anything, I think it's a little bit more tense sometimes.
Yeah.
But having the option of that many extra skills.
Yeah, you've got a lot of skills and you can be in a lot of places. But if you need a specific character to come around, there's a longer wait and more things could go wrong before it's their turn again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that works as a trade-off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What about you? Have you played anything?
Well, I've been playing a bunch of stuff on my Xbox because
You got your Xbox back.
I got access back to my Xbox. This was a whole thing. So 2.5, probably about 3 weeks ago by the time you hear this, I accidentally tripped a security alert on my Xbox because I was trying to set up a remote play to PC and I input my password incorrectly once. And that's enough for it to go, remote play and an incorrect password. Oh, that's worrying. And my recovery email address was an email that no longer exists, and I was a little bit scuppered. 2 weeks of begging basically anyone I could find to be like, do you know anyone who can help me because I can't get through this automated system? I got some help, and I'm finally back on my Xbox, which is good because it means I have access to a bunch of video games again. I can play a bunch of stuff that's been on Game Pass. So I've been playing Eastwood, which is a really interesting little game. It how do I describe Eastwood? It reminds me a lot of a top-down Zelda game if there was a little more focus on combat and a little less on puzzles. In many ways, like a big part of it is it's set in this underground community. Everyone sticks together because they're all in a very bad situation in this little underground mining community, but it gives a nice little sense of community, and everyone is told you can't go up to the surface. Absolutely destroyed, it's ruined up there, it's terrible, it's a wasteland, can't go up there. And your pair of characters discover early on, no, it's not, it's perfectly fine up there, what the fuck's going on here? You've got a pair of characters that you use in combat that have slightly different abilities to each other. You've got your sort of big, gruff, doesn't really say much stoic character who he got a hitty weapon and he's good at killing things by hitting them in front of him with his melee attack, and that's all he does. If he's surrounded by multiple enemies, he's kind of fucked. If there's anyone behind him, he's kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But he's good at doing melee hits. And you've got little girl character who, I mean, I feel like she's the protagonist and he's mainly there to be like, okay, if you get into trouble, kid, I will step in, but otherwise this is your fucking adventure. Who can do magic, and she's got the ability to stun and do area of effect stuff, but she doesn't really deal damage. And you do this nice little combat system that goes back and forth between them. Unlike a lot of games that have, like, here's the two different characters, they work well together, but also when they're separated to do their own thing, they have a complete enough moveset that there are interesting things to do. It's not like, oh, they're separated, gameplay's boring for a bit, which is really nice. There's an entire retro JRPG just in this game that you can go and play. There's like a whole little Dragon Quest in there to go play. This game is like very, very excessive in terms of like the quality and quantity of content in it.
Okay.
The soundtrack is fantastic. The character writing of all the characters you meet is really superb. They're all very expressively written and designed. The art's gorgeous. And there's just things like, oh yeah, here's just an entire other playable video game inside it, because like there's just so much stuff in here and it doesn't feel like it's there to pad out. It's just a lot of very high quality video game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm excited to play more. I really can't recommend it enough. It is a very impressive little video game. If you like your sort of top-down Zelda-ish, do a dungeon and some combat kind of games.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you played?
We also played some Bunny Kingdom in the board game genre.
We did. Many buns.
Yeah, so you have like a big board table just in a grid of various different sort of land types. So you've got your mountains and your forests and your rivers and your plains. And some of those different places will grow certain types of resource. So you'll have like fish or carrots or wood. I think that was all of them.
You can get some bonus ones as well, but those are the main ones.
But those are the ones that sort of start on the board, and then
Yeah.
there are luxuries that you can get later. You're trying, it's sort of area control and regional
Yeah.
control. So you're building like just areas of, hey, here is a castle, and here are some other places where I have buns, and they are perhaps for harvesting 1, 2, or 3 different types of resource, or maybe even special resources.
Yeah.
And there's bonuses for that.
Yeah, you're trying to get connected strings of bunnies controlling regions that all touch either up, down, left, or right from each other. And the way that you're scoring points there is largely, okay, multiply the number of spires on your towers by the number of resources that this set of buns touching each other connects to. Multiply them together, that's the score for that little bit of kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sort of a card drafting game.
Yeah.
Where you're able to place or not place your buns is very dependent on which cards you pick while drafting cards back and forth.
Yeah. And obviously that means that you can potentially try and screw other people over,
Yeah.
or just just pick what you need. We were playing in 4-player, but apparently in 2-player there is like chances to discard cards
Yeah.
and just be like, oh no, that card never came out. What a terrible shame.
Yeah, the general gist is that the cards that you're drawing will either be coordinates of a position where you can place a bun, and that might be useful for, building out your map. Temporary cards where you can place a bun down and, it'll be there unless someone else gets that coordinate card and replaces it, but you can place it wherever you like, so you can put a little temp bunny down and hope no one gets rid of it. There are extra resources or things that will modify the values of spaces or will connect disparate points on the map together so that you can sort of make your kingdom a bit bigger that way.
Castles?
Yeah, more castles that you can add so that they'll increase your point multipliers.
And also sort of just ways to score points for the end of the game.
Yes, yeah, so rather than taking cards to put more bunnies on the map, you could take cards that will be like, if you get this many wood resources, you'll get a bonus at the end, and adding to the number of ways you can point score at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a chaotic game, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I would say that I won.
Yes. I think I did pretty alright.
Yeah.
Considering how much I was messing up at the start, I pulled it back reasonably.
Considering it was the first time we'd ever played, I think we both did alright.
It took a bit of getting our head around, like, okay, what should you be prioritizing? Should you be trying to make one very big kingdom? Should we be trying to make, like, lots of ones of certain sizes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a neat game.
It was a neat little game. From Richard Garfield, who designed Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
So, although very, very different. But yeah, it was alright. It's definitely not one I would have bought myself.
It's one I would be interested to play again. I want to play more of it.
Yeah.
Now I get what I'm doing. I'm like, I've got
another go, another crack at it.
Exactly.
I'm undefeated and I'm happy to leave it that way. What about you? Have you played anything else?
The main other thing I played this week is I played a game called Toem. So this is available on Switch. I don't know about other things it's on, but you play this adorable little hand-drawn character in this little black and white sort of cut-out character world, and it's a photography game. But it's a lot less like timing-based or scoring-based than, say, something like Pokemon Snap that I was playing before, where it's like you're on rails, get a good picture. This is much more leisurely, relaxed. You're going on an adventure to go take photos of basically the Northern Lights, and every time you want to get a bus to the next little place along your journey, you do that by doing objectives, by going and finding little villages in the area you're currently in and doing little tasks for them that'll be like, they'll give you a slightly cryptic clue, go take a picture of the thing that they're after a picture of, they give you a little stamp, get enough of them, you can move on.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I really like about it is that there's always considerably more NPCs available that can give you tasks than you need to go to the next area. So you certainly don't have to do everything in an area to progress if you don't want to, or if you're stuck.
Mm.
The photography mechanics are great. There's a lot of really nice music. You can unlock music and basically pick the soundtrack yourself as you're going through, so if there's a track you really like, you can just play to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very relaxed, calming, adorable, charming little photography game. It's very wholesome and very sweet, and it's the kind of thing I needed at the moment. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What you played?
We played some Suburbia together, finally. I've
We
been talking
did.
about it for weeks.
I finally got to try that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I really like Suburbia.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, so we've talked about this before. Hex building, city builder. You generate income and popularity and population, but you don't want to generate population too fast because it'll cause you to lose popularity and income as you go up a track. Try and make a bunch of things that synergize so that you can have a lot of money and a lot of turnover so you can build a big thing, and at the end, we've got population at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the amount of synergy available and different ways you can build out those cities.
Oh yeah.
There is a lot of flexibility
Lots
in
of
how you.
flexibility, and we played a 4-player game, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of the hexes on the board. We got like a really good look at a very
Most
good section.
of the things.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like only about 12 tiles from each set that weren't in that big stack.
Yeah.
So, like, you've seen that, like, probably at least one of everything.
Yeah.
And it's like great because you never know exactly what you're going to get out of the randomness, especially once you start adding in the expansions,
Yeah.
which we didn't. We decided to just play
I
a vanilla
think
one
that
while
was
we were teaching
sensible.
everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think just the way things interact, and you can sort of try and design and lay out your city and stuff. Like
Yeah.
even like our new player managed to score more than I did on my first game. So
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's a fun game. It's got really nice pieces to it.
Oh, it does. All those components are lovely. That triple layer board is.
Yeah, the triple layer board, so you can play either sort of with your board at the top of the table and working sort of down towards you, or from
Yeah.
the bottom of the table and working away from you. So it's nice that it's sort of on either side. One side will have like the name of your city that city tile is related to, or that player board is related to.
Yeah.
And just for some extra flavour, I threw in the specific tiles that come with each of those boards. So each city comes with one very specific tile. So like Washington comes with the White House, and New York City comes with the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And LA comes with LAX. So yeah, it was fun to have a go at that. There's an Essen Spiel expansion if you want to play with that, and it adds just sort of some of the locations from Essen Spiel, the board game convention thing. Yeah, it's a really nice set. It's a fun game, and I look forward to playing more of it.
Yay!
What about you?
I think that's everything I've played. There's just the board games we played together I've got left. So do you want to jump to the next one of those, if there's any more of them?
Oh yes, we played through Railroad Ink Challenge again. First time we've had that out in a while.
Yes, we did. Had a good time playing that as ever.
Yeah, roll some dice, draw some roads and some railroads.
Get very stressed about trying to work out where to draw your lines.
Yep. And try and complete objectives and
yeah. We had a game where lots of just dead end stops were showing up very early and making the start of that game real tricky.
Lots of dead ends, like lots of one thing and not the other.
Yeah.
Lots of no turns. Like there were lots of times when we had like here is a straight road, here are two straight railroads, and here is like a terminus. Maybe for a train, maybe for a road. And it was like, okay, well, I need some turns here. I really need some turns. And then the turns came thick and fast, but we didn't have any way of sort of we didn't get like ever like a nice mix of the two. So I think everyone sort of struggled a bit, but overall I think the scores were pretty close to each other. I did the worst. I was flagging a bit by then. We'd only had 3 hours sleep the night before.
I came like second, I think.
I think so.
I think I did pretty well. Yeah.
And I think that is all the board games.
Well then, time for this.
Right, we have a meeting to discuss the issues that we're having with the global climate emergency.
Indeed. People have been going on about this for ages. I didn't see the fuss and the bother. But it's now impacting my commute into work in London, you see.
Indeed, apparently flooded the tube the other day, and that's just not on.
Exactly. If I can't get my private train to the Houses of Commons, then what even is the point of infrastructure?
They're private trains, and my person that makes me my coffee, and brings me my paper, and the people I pay to do obscene things to me in my office, they could not get into Parliament on that day, and we need to take strong actions on the environment to try and stop this happening again.
Indeed.
So,
Now there's an inconvenience to us. Do you
Indeed.
have any solutions as to what we can do about this problem?
Well, it seems that we probably need to do the sort of thing that we have been doing sort of generally with the climate protesters.
Yes.
They make the climate our problem, the climate has become our problem, so I propose we arrest all of the floodwater.
Oh, wonderful. What if we give some fines to the clouds?
Well, indeed, if it wasn't for the clouds, then
Yes.
then there would be none of this. You look at the metrics: clouds, rain, flooding.
Maybe the temperature. We can do something with the temperature. We'll give a stern lecture and some political sanctions on the temperature.
What about an ASBO for the temperature?
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent. I think we've solved the climate emergency, and we'll be having a strong word with XR.
Indeed.
They'll have nothing more to say to us at this point because we have dealt with it.
I don't know what they're all complaining about. It's such a simple fix.
Absolutely.
Have you been finding social interactions with people you haven't seen during the pandemic difficult?
Uh-huh.
Do you keep finding yourself needing to state over and over how you're doing things for the first time? Has it been a while since you've done basically anything you would talk to other humans about?
Yeah.
Call now to claim your free "I've not done this in a while" lanyard. Save yourself hassle and let everyone know at a glance that, yes, this is very new for you, and that's why you're overthinking a little. Is this the first time? Oh, I see the lanyard, okay.
Thanks for inviting me to this orgy.
Oh, welcome. Glad to have you.
Good to have you along. Have a crisp. So, what have you put in your eye meats?
I've not watched a lot this week. It's been a busy old week.
It was mostly listening and working.
Listening and working, a lot of that. I did watch the reveal for the new Smash Brothers character that happened today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the day we record this, the final character for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate got announced. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Here's the thing. I was thinking about, okay, what character could show up? Because Sakurai was bigging it up like it was going to be a big character everyone was going to be excited by. And there'd been rumours about Sora. And my thought had been, Sora might make sense because they're probably going to come along with a lot of Disney representation as well. He was doing a lot of, even if you don't care about Smash Brothers, you should watch this. And I was like, okay, if it's Sora, that's probably because Disney stuff coming to a Nintendo game, big deal.
And then he mentioned the whole, but it's someone that people outside Japan probably don't know very well.
Yes. Which, I assumed that Sora was well known over here, considering the fucking sales of that series, but apparently not.
I was like, is it Astro Boy? Are we getting Astro Boy for
Oh,
Smash?
if only. But yeah, great to see that character added. They were apparently, back in 2016, they did a poll being like, hey, what character should we bring as DLC to Smash? And apparently by a very wide margin, Sora was the most voted for character. And they've spent 5 years doing negotiations to try and make this happen, which does not surprise me. What I was surprised by was the fact that they have exercised any Disney existence out of this character.
There's a little thing. There's still the dangly thing on the
The dangly Mickey Mouse icon on the end of his Keyblade is the only thing. So, the stage for the game, one of the stage locations has a bunch of beautiful stained glass, depictions of the various characters. Every Disney character on those stained glass windows has been replaced with just little icons of here's a little ship, here's a star, rather than have Donald and Goofy's art there. They've not used any of the Disney music, which they say is because they don't think it fits with the genre, but I suspect is probably because licensing
is expensive.
Everyone was expecting Sora's final Smash to be the other party members from Kingdom Hearts will show up. It'll be Sora and Donald and Goofy and maybe King Mickey. No, it's just Sora by himself, no one else.
And there's a keyhole, and that's about it.
Yeah,
It
shoots
looks
a
dull as
laser in a
shit.
keyhole and nothing else. Like, there was a real conspicuous lack of any Disney anywhere. And I feel like, because there's even, the presentation seemed to imply that there isn't going to be an amiibo for Sora, who would, if that's accurate, would be the only character from all of Smash and all of the DLC not to get an amiibo. And I'm like, Disney doesn't want to give anyone other than themselves that sweet merchandising money for their characters.
What if they just make it Disney Infinity compatible instead?
I mean, I think that's part of it, is they're still a bit salty about Disney Infinity not doing well, but like the lack of Disney stuff was like weirdly conspicuous, and they're bringing the Kingdom Hearts games to Switch ... as cloud versions. My suspicion there is still that they were meant to be Switch Pro titles, and because like the closeness of this to when the OLED Switch is coming out is like, I think that was meant to be a coinciding thing, and it just didn't work out. But there was some weird stuff about this presentation, but the character looks fun as anything to play, and I think it's very undeniable that like a lot of people are very happy about this character's inclusion, and I'm like, yeah, I never thought it would happen, so cool. Go and rest, Sakurai. You have spent like 3 years working yourself to death on this game. Have a nap. Do it. What about you? What have you played this week? What have you watched this week? Sorry, I was thinking about fucking Smash Bros.
Thinking about smashing the bros.
I'm always thinking about smashing the bros.
I watched the GDC classic game postmortem for Populous.
Ooh, tell us about how listening to Molyneux talk went.
It made me very angry listening to Molyneux talk.
Molyneux is a fascinating, terrifying man.
Yeah, the more I listened to it, the more I was like, you're a dick. You're an absolute dick. And as you mentioned, this was the time when he was starting to just be like, ha ha, I lied to the press. Like, as a big joke.
Yeah.
Like, that's certainly a lot. TM.
Yeah, this was around when he was trying to position himself as like, oh, what a cheeky scamp I was for lying to the press. But I'm definitely better now. I don't do that anymore. I'm good now.
I'm your buddy, right? You know, I take journalists down the pub and I smoke a lot and drink a lot of Coca-Cola and eat pizza, and my big start in the industry was lying to Commodore about networking.
Yeah.
And that's basically how I got started entirely. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess if your whole career has been success from lying, I can understand why you would want to keep doing it, but I don't understand why people keep listening to you.
Yeah, like, I get how you got there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. What about you? Did you watch anything less frustrating?
I don't know whether I should put this in watched or listened. I saw some bands perform. I'll put that in listened? Okay, that's basically all I've watched. We watched the new What If together.
We did watch the new What If.
I feel like talking about this the same way I talked about the Magnus archives, where it's like, watching the start of it, I'm like, oh, this is a very good series of unconnected
stories.
Unconnected events. Oh, I see that you're connecting these events.
Well, look who connected all the events.
Look who turned these standalone stories into a meta-narrative. I see what you have done here. What episode number was this? Was this 8?
8.
Yeah. Episode 7's ending was baffling and felt very out of nowhere. Episode 8 made episode 7 make a lot more sense in retrospect. I'm a lot less annoyed by episode 7's ending now that I've seen 8, because 8 justifies it a bit. But
I feel like this is going to be one of those series where watching it along at the time is less rewarding than watching it all in one go.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a great show to binge.
Agreed.
Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, but also like I feel would be better binged all in one go. Come on, Disney Plus, sort your shit out and just release things like Netflix do. Just dump a whole series on us at once.
Yeah. They gotta keep people paying. They gotta keep you week after week.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't decide to split up all the services and shit.
Yeah.
Nationalise Netflix.
Indeed.
Or globalise, I guess. That is everything we watched then.
Well then, time for this.
Oh, no, got a new sponsor.
Who's our new sponsor?
Well, do you girls?
I girls.
You girls?
Yeah.
Girls pretty.
Girls pretty. Yeah.
Girls pretty, right?
Yeah.
Being one?
Oh, big fan of being girls.
Meeting girls?
Oh, yeah. Meeting. Girls are great. Yeah.
Holding hands with girls.
Oh, that's one of my best ones off of girls.
Dating the girls.
Oh, that's an even better one of my best ones off of girls.
Maybe a little tiny kiss. Heck.
Oh yeah. Kissing is good
Kissing
of
the
girls.
girls.
Yeah.
Well, the Lesbian Council of Earth would like to welcome you to come join.
We're sponsored by the Lesbian Council.
The Lesbian Council of Earth. If you would like more info about lesbian, that's lesbian.lol.net.
Oh, I mean, it's all sounding very good. I will go sign up. I would like more information, please, because girls good.
Girls good.
Girls.
This message has been brought to you by the Lesbian Council. Inside the boardroom of Supremacy Software.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what's up?
So, we finally finished making DLC for the big fighting game.
Right. So more DLC, yeah.
Well, see, I was gonna say more DLC because, like, we did the 1 pack of DLC, and then we were like, more DLC.
More DLC.
The guy who makes the fighting game for us, is literally dying. Like, we are literally killing him, and if we want
But
to be
he's
able
not dead yet.
Well, see, he's not dead yet, but here's my worry, is if we make him make more DLC, he might die, and then he can't make us a sequel a few years from
Right.
now. Like, we let him recover.
We just do what we always do, though, right? We just get someone else to do the thing.
Well, I mean,
we'll buy
yeah.
another company. We'll get.
I
them
mean,
to
we
do it.
would, but, like, this guy's, like, he's really good at getting all the characters in. He's the...
Aw.
Yeah, like, we accidentally have someone we, kind of can't replace, which it's a real problem.
Irreplaceable. Ew.
I know, right?
like
But, like,
that.
look, I don't like that, but he did make us infinite money by getting all of those popular characters from other companies in the game.
Oh, I like money.
Yeah, right? So, like, here's what I'm thinking. We haven't got him to make the fighting game right now, but I'm thinking we can maybe put in infinite characters and crossovers and DLC in one of our other games.
Right.
Maybe the kart racing one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't have anyone specific that works on that, right? We don't have an auteur for that.
Exactly, and it's like, it's not like you've got to, with the fighting one, you got to make whole new mechanics for everyone, but like, you just have to make a different character model and put them in the go-kart.
Yeah, and maybe
one.
just mess around, like, press randomize on their, like, speed and stuff.
Exactly. So, like, I'm thinking, like, let's brainstorm. What characters from other forms of media do we think we could get in the kart racer?
Right. Kart racer. Who's the guy who was in all the football games?
Oh, the footballer, the
Yeah, the
football
old
dude.
football.
Yeah, we'll
guy.
get the football dude in there.
The basketball player who was in that fighting game.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that. I'm thinking characters that go real fast. There's that blue fella that runs real fast.
Yeah.
We can put him in a go-kart.
You reckon he could, like, Fred Flintstone it? Just feet through the bottom of the car and
Ooh,
just, like...
perfect. We won't actually show that because that's extra animation.
Yeah.
But, like, if anyone asks, we'll be like, oh no, he's just putting his foot through the floor and running.
Yeah,
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what about all of the Hannibal bearers?
Oh, all of them.
I mean, they've got to be cheap licensing now, or they've got to be, like, bordering on public domain.
I mean, I don't want to say all of them. I don't know all of them, but I do... My gut says that at least one of them would get us into trouble. They've been around a long time.
But but then we'll just start a whole extra controversy about cancel culture, and and people love a bit of that because, like, we'll have all the people that we've been, grooming for years to basically sort of talk about how awesome we are and jump immediately to our defense, sometimes violently.
Oh, I got one more idea.
Yeah.
You know that, like, we've got some competitors that make other games that we don't have the rights to and that would never give us the rights to put their characters in our game?
Right. Can we buy those companies?
Oh, no, I've got a better plan. Doesn't cost us money.
Ah.
Yeah, you know how everyone, like, loses their mind and gets so excited when we announce characters?
Yeah.
Just announce one of that company's characters.
Right.
Because, like, here's the problem. If they try and say, no, we didn't give them the rights to do that after we've made a very exciting announcement, all our fans will go, why are you trying to take away this character from the kart racer? They got announced. Other company, why are you trying to take them away?
Yeah, that'll be great. We'll just be like, yeah, I mean, they agreed initially, and now they've done take backsies, and they're big old meanies, so you should probably go and personally harass all the people involved.
Well, you saw how it worked with the movie companies and the Spider Lad, that they were just like, oh no, the rights holders are trying to not let us have the Spider Lad. Shout at them. You know, I think we got a plan here.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for, like, those two big online gaming stores and the phone company, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You are a fucking genius.
I know.
So, what went in your ears?
A lot of music went in my ears.
A lot of
'cause
music.
We went out.
We went out
and heard some music outside, in the outsidey place.
in the outside place.
Did so very carefully. Everyone had done their negative COVID tests and whatnot before going, and we're all vaccinated. We were very sensible. But we saw some... We had some music on.
We did.
Yeah. Let me pull up the people I remember seeing. The Balkanoes?
We saw the Balkanoes.
They do good Balkan beatsy
They do good Balkan
stuff.
beatsy.
Lots of good horns and brass stuff in
They have an
there.
excellent brass section and a good violinist and a good accordion player.
We saw the Bikini Beach Band.
Yes, who played some amazing
Dodgy
surfer rock.
Yeah, like no vocal surfer rock covers, dressed in like red and orange flares and fezzes.
And those sort of silk puffy frilly shirts.
Yes.
I do not know what you call those.
Yeah, so there was a lot of, like, you know, a lot of songs they did covers of. Some of the ones that stuck out to me was that good surfer rock cover of "I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor" by the Arctic Monkeys was very good.
Sex on Fire, Britney Spears' Toxic.
Yeah, there was some good stuff in there.
They finished with a version of Misery Lou.
Yeah. Other bands, some of these were the ones from the downstairs room. Buffo's Wake Skeleton Crew?
I wanted to go and see them, but that room was so hot and very, very crowded, it was just making me anxious.
I was having to go in and out of it a bit. But yeah, they put on a really good show. They had a very good vocalist that was very, very soulful, very mournful, very low and deep. I've never been so fascinated with a man's voice. It was fantastic. Gator Dogs Brass Band that did very sort of American ballpark style tunes, but like their own original stuff. It was very interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, and a band called Tiger Moth, who again had some really fascinating vocals, a lot of like good mix of different brass instruments. They had a violin lead that was very good. Yeah.
You were moving around a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
I apparently constantly thought you were at the front of the stage in one room, but apparently you were migrating around a lot.
I was bouncing back and forth a lot between the upstairs main scar room and the downstairs like slightly packed room by the courtyard.
Typical me. I mostly stayed in the top room.
That's fair. I usually do that, but this time there was good live music with a lot of brass involved in both of those, and I bounced back and forth.
I mostly danced in one spot until about 5 a.m. when I realised that I had badly blistered both of my feet.
Oh no!
Yes, I am still in quite a lot of pain.
Oh no. Did you listen to anything else or go see any other people?
No, not really. DJ Roger Wilco, Bikini Beach Band and the Balkanoes, and then Clandestine.
Oh, Clandestine at the end. Oh, some real
That was Yeah, that was heavy going towards the end.
Yeah, very fast paced, but some very well mixed mashups.
Yeah, some like jungle drum and bass type stuff.
Yeah.
But like really good mashup versions
Yeah.
of things. Very, very danceable.
The only other thing I listened to was not at that thing we went to. I went back and listened to an old Panic at the Disco track I haven't listened to in ages.
Yeah.
Camisado. It's off of the I think it's off the album that I Write Sins Not Tragedies is on. It's certainly that era of like mid to late 2000s Panic at the Disco.
Mm-hmm.
It is a track that over the course of 3 minutes has like multiple different like style and pacing changes, and every time I hear it I want to sing my heart out to it. Like little 15-year-old emo me is very ready to like fucking have a good protesty belt out of the track. It's so good, and I can't believe I haven't listened to it in ages. What about you? What have you listened to?
I listened to Welcome to the Black Parade again.
Yeah, I listened to some of that
Getting
with
ready
you.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It's still good.
it's still a very good album.
It is.
It's a very good one.
Big fan of the McCurr.
That album has some real fucking bangers on it.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's such a good album.
It really is. Yeah. I don't know what more to say of that. It's a blinding
Hey,
album.
if you've never listened to
Lovely
Welcome to the Black Parade, the album start to finish, do it. It's great. Do it.
And then you put Na 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 on again,
Yeah.
which is always welcome.
I can always go for a bit of Na Na Na.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, apart from that, we listened to the Monkey Island 2 soundtrack.
Yes, we did.
The Super Mario World soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the Sims soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Soundtracks wise, we put a lot of music on while we were board gaming.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty much everything.
Yeah. Well then, time for this.
Yeah. So I've got myself some of that new hot sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been trying the old peri peri tongue tingler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 40,000 on the Scoville scale.
Oh,
yeah.
I've been trying the old Depths of Hell pepper. It's good 50,000.
Yeah, I was actually trying the licking Satan's boob sweat spiciness the other day. Core, I must say, did start to get a little bit of a perspire on that one. 200,000 Scovilles.
Oh yeah. Well, I was trying the literally sell your soul to make this stop pepper. Yeah. I mean, I was a little bit flushed, didn't sell my soul to stop it, but I was getting there. It was like 400,000.
400,000 Scoville. Yeah. Well, I was trying the oh God, please make it stop. Worse than the Gimpy Tree spice tongue emulsifier.
Oh.
Yeah, that's 1 million Scovilles. Yeah. I must say, we're starting to feel it a little bit down me, but just trickling down the back a little bit. But great with great bit of chicken in it.
Yeah, I mean, I did try the zucchini is my safe word. Please let me off this ride. I cannot bear this. Please, zucchini. I did try one of those. Yeah, about 4 million Scovilles.
On a zucchini?
I mean, you got to really.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's tradition.
Yeah. Oh, I had the help stop. I think I'm having a heart attack. Please, someone call an ambulance. Call an ambulance now, please. I'm actually dying. Please make this stop. Must say that one. God, did get a bit of a sweat and had to wipe my brow with a poppadom.
Oh yeah. Well, I did try one. I don't know if you're ready for this. I did try one. I tried literal molten lava.
Oh yeah. The forbidden honey.
Yeah, forbidden honey. Did try one of those. Must say, tongue has had better experiences. I think there might be a limit to the level of spice I do enjoy.
I was trying the elephant's foot.
Oh yeah.
They say it's nuclear spicy, 7 billion Scovilles, that one. 7 billion Scovilles. They say it's like licking an actual nuclear reactor, and I must say, pierced my tongue.
Yeah. Occasionally.
Real fruity, though. Real fruity. Nice, Good flavour to it. Yeah. Anyway, I must go. I've got terrible indigestion.
You want an acid?
No, it's all right. I've loaded this beer helmet up with milk of magnesia.
Yeah.
Food,
please. Food. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Food. Like food.
Yeah, food, please.
The big cat's not listening.
Big cat's not listening.
Food, please.
Food,
Poke,
please.
Poke.
Please.
What if I just hang on? I'm just gonna drop trow and just sort of jiggle booty butt. Smell my butt and wake up. Smell my butt and wake up.
Is it working?
It's not working.
What if I just start patting them on the face near the whiskers? I'll just pat back and forth a bit.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna just grab bits of face hair.
Oh yeah.
Just grab that and just pull.
Yeah.
Hope for the best. Food, please.
Food.
Yay, food!
Yay, food.
Oh, it's good that.
Yeah.
I say since the giant cats took over, it's been better generally, I think.
Yeah. Much happier living under catpitalism.
Do you know what I want to see more of?
What do you want to see more of?
Social justice
Social
warriors.
justice warriors.
Yeah.
All right, Harry. All right, Barry. How you doing?
I'm tired, mate. Tired.
Yeah, same. You been able to get the fuel you need for your van?
No, I must be honest. Work has not been great. It's been a bit quiet generally work-wise, and then of course there's been, the whole issue of that they're ending the whole people being able to stay at home things. There's not a lot of that going on right now. So lots of people being made redundant.
Yeah.
Personally, not quite there yet, but the company are starting to sniff around a little bit with regards to that. So deeply concerning about that. You been all right for petrol because you was gonna go away for the weekend, wasn't it?
Well, see, I was all right going away for the weekend. I couldn't find any fuel at the pumps. How it is over here at the moment. Yeah. But thankfully, my van is a diesel one.
Oh right.
And I don't know if you're aware of this. Surprisingly easy to run a diesel engine with not diesel. Biofuel.
You don't
much about
need
biofuel?
a converter or anything for that?
Well, there's a little bit of stuff you got to do, but it's stuff you can do at home easy enough yourself.
Nice.
But apparently diesel, the way diesel engines work, basics I understand, is it's mainly to do with compression. You just need something of right viscosity to compress right.
Right.
And you can do that with basically canola oil, which is very readily available, during this particular shortage. You can do so with like leftover food use oils. Some of those
plenty of that around because Chippy didn't shut.
Well, exactly. That being said, did you know the UK has a bunch of rules that, in theory, prevent you doing that?
Oh, I did not know that.
No. So basically, when it was realised that you could use biofuel instead of diesel, government kind of panicked in the UK because they don't know how to tax that, because they can't tax it like a motor fuel because it's used for cooking.
Right.
And it would dramatically decrease its primary use. So what they've done is they've got rules that are like, you need X, Y, and Z licenses that are very difficult to get to use it in an engine, and there's a bunch of rules.
Does it make the engine more dangerous then?
Nope. It's just because they cannot tax it the way they do fuel, and they do not want to encourage a bunch of people to not buy diesel because diesel they can tax.
Is there any problem with the emissions or anything like
No,
that?
if in fact the emissions are far cleaner. It is a far healthier way to run your vehicle.
And they don't think that people who've already paid their road taxes have done enough in that respect.
No, they do not. They like being able to tax fuel. So,
Slightly concerning.
yeah. So here's the thing: if you've got a diesel vehicle, maybe look into biofuel because surprisingly affordable and surprisingly easy to do. You just maybe have to keep a little stum about it because the government does not like people knowing. Oh, it's actually very easy to not use diesel.
Well, that is pretty fascinating, mate.
Yeah, it's a thing I've seen a lot of with this lack of fuel. Is people going like, "Hey,
yeah.
hush, hush,
Hush,
but,
hush.
you know,
Do you want to buy some canola oil?
do you want to load your vehicle up on this if you can't load it
I
up
know it should be.
on your diesel right now?
Yeah. That's pretty fascinating, mate.
Yeah, the
Ugh.
things you learn.
Yeah. Hug?
Yeah, fancy hug.
Nice. Good hug, mate. Good hug. Right, I think I might go and look at some canola oil.
Yeah, for cooking reasons. I'm sure.
Cooking. Yeah. So, we got a book.
We do!
We got a book.
Yeah, we do! Yeah, we got a book. It's announced now. People
It's
can
announced.
pre-order it and stuff. It's
Yeah.
a thing. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Hell yeah.
Or at least we're doing it.
We're doing it. Yeah. Who hunts the whale?
The first draft is completed.
Yeah, I have gotten to the end of my first pass through on it, and you've got a couple of chapters left.
Yeah,
to...
I've got like 3 months.
Yeah, we have
three chapters.
We're
to do.
we're within a couple of weeks of having like both of our first drafts done, and
Oh, shit.
I'm real proud of this book. I'm real happy with it. We've got a
Mhm.
real interesting little story here we've done.
Yeah, we have. And
Yeah.
It's all about those lovely people at Supremacy Software.
Exactly, there's lovely people at Supremacy Software. But yeah, if you listen to this podcast, you know us. We like to do jokes about terrible video game executives doing things that are a little bit exaggerated for comedic effect, but are always very much rooted in reality and the terrible things that this industry does that need to be done better. And we wrote a book from that perspective.
Yep.
And yeah, you should go check it out on Unbound. There's a bunch. You can pre-order it. You can get a signed copy. You can get an ebook. You could get
You can get a swag bag.
yeah. You could get a bunch of Supremacy Software. You get a T-shirt, mug, a
Badge,
little enamel
cup.
pin, a pen, all sorts of little swag tats. Get a Skype call with us.
Heck yeah.
Get a handwritten letter from the executives at Supremacy Software.
You can be a patron.
Yeah,
You get your name in the front of the
if
book.
you've got a bunch of money to burn and you want to have like a big full page thank you in the front of the book and get a bunch of copies of it, you can finance a big chunk of our book. If we've got any like ultra rich listeners listening that want to drop some money, you know. If you want to be our whale, you
You
can
want to be our whale.
yeah, to support Who Wants the Whale.
Except it's not exploitative. It's,
Exactly.
We'll be very gushing about it.
But yeah, Who Hunts the Whale? We are over a third of the way to being funded.
Heck yeah.
Which is real cool.
Probably even more than that by the time this goes up.
Probably. We're ticking up a little bit every day. We're making our way up there.
Yeah.
Go check out Who Hunts the Whale.
Go check it out. There is an excerpt on the Unbound page. That's unbound.com/books/whale.
Or you can go to youtube.com/LauraKBuzz and you can find us reading an excerpt from the
You
book.
read it and I did extra voices.
You did all sorts of silly voices.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How many American voices do I have in me?
But yeah, I hope you'll check it out because
Please do.
we've been
put a lot
working
into this.
We've been working real hard on this the last like multiple months.
Yes.
It has been multiple months of us dedicating days to creating a thing together, and we're real proud of it.
Yeah, and I hope everyone enjoys it because, like, certainly there's been points in it when I've been like reading back over stuff. And it's made me laugh. So.
Yeah, I've been, as I've said elsewhere before, I've been doing a lot of the skeleton of getting the structure down, and you've been doing a lot of the adding the flavour and the character and sort of tidying it up.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and read the chapters that like you've sort of written over my stuff, and I'm loving it. I'm like, Jane's very good at writing. I enjoy Jane a lot. I enjoy your writing. It's very good.
I couldn't do it without all your structure.
Yeah, we're a good team.
Go team.
We're working well together.
Go team.
Hooray!
Goat team. Goat team. Goat team.
So yeah, go check out Who Hunts the Whale.
Do it.
Do it. Go get a copy. You should do it. I think you'll like it. If you like this show, you'll probably like it.
I mean, it's very much for people who listen to this show.
I mean, very much.
I think anyone can enjoy it.
It's born out of a skit from this show.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you know why we changed the name of Supremacy Software.
Yeah. There is a big difference
Thanks,
between
legal advice.
Yeah, there's a big difference between using a name on a not for profit podcast versus on a published book that's going to have an ISBN number.
They call it libel.
I mean, we're probably perfectly legal to do it, but that doesn't mean we won't get a frivolous lawsuit, and it's probably safest to not. That's always fun.
So apart from that, where can we find you on the internet, darling?
Laura K. Buzz pretty much everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, that's the one that pays the bills. I Twitch stream Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 PM UK, 5 PM Eastern, 2 PM Pacific. Every Friday I upload episodes of Accessibility, which is a series about accessibility and representation in the games industry. Other than that, there's other books. Uncomfortable Labels, Things I Learned from Mario's Butt, and Gender Euphoria. There's also podcasts. Pixel Squirt, Podquisition, where we tell you whether your favourite video games are great or perfect. Dice Funk, it's a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I'm on seasons 3 through 8. They're all their own stories. And I'm also on another podcast with you that isn't this one.
That'd be Polyarmor. It's a D&D 5th edition real play podcast with questionable morals, and I will get back to editing, I promise, but the book is
eating up your free time.
Eating up a lot of free time right now. But, you know, there's not many episodes of that left to do anyway. So, if anything, consider this like a mid-season hiatus to generate hype and questions about what's going to happen. Ooh. I'm doing some other things. I make music under the name Bedroom Programmer. We've got a SoundCloud for this show and Polyamory and anything else I've ever made, pretty much, that isn't music. What else have we got? We've got a Facebook group. We've got a Discord. I make t-shirts over on my Redbubble. You can get a Wealth Inequality Solutions t-shirt. You can get Queer and Pleasant Strangers shirts. It's Spookmas right now, so you could get a Spookake shirt. It's got a little ghost on it and loads of little white splodges. Whatever could that be? Goodness, what else? New thing. I have started doing video editing.
You have!
For TB Skyen, who you might know of that Twitter and the YouTube, on the 2B, that's number 2, letter B, Skyen, Skyen, channel. He's just put up the first 2 episodes of a Pokemon Hot Gold Nuzlocke challenge.
Yeah!
And I am editing that show.
You put little jokes in when you edit.
I put little
You'll
jokes
see little
in.
editor jokes.
Yeah, you'll sometimes see a little pixelated me pop up and say things.
Yeah.
Or animate Grandmaster Flash for some reason.
For some reason that we'll find out about.
Yeah, you'll have to find out what Pokemon-related reason there was for using Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, and I have really enjoyed. I don't think I've ever been so into Pokemon.
I'm glad. I'm really happy to see that you're getting more into it.
It's just as well because I mean, Skyen is an engaging Let's Player. I've never previously watched any of his stuff.
And Nuzlocks are an engaging way to be like, there's a bit more risk to this Pokemon.
There's definitely like, oh no, please don't die.
Yeah, you can see why people do Nuzlocke. They are emotionally engaging.
Yeah, I think that, like, I can see more why someone would play that than any other type of Pokemon.
Indeed.
Like, I've tried to get into Pokemon, it really didn't work for me, but, like, I can definitely see why a Nuzlocke is like, yup, that's the thing. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the places I can be found. Oh, Stone Monkey Radio on Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/StoneMonkeyRadio. For as little as $1 a month, you can help me justify a 76-hour work week.
Woo.
I think that's it. I've got a Ko-fi. All of my links can be found on streamerlinks.com/Janiac, JANEIAC.
Yeah.
Laura, will you sing us out, please, darling?
Until next time, be a stranger.